Thanks, Tina. Thanks, everyone, for your time. So I think for the longest time, people who have been following me have been doing intermittent fasting, dry fasting, the circadian rhythm. We probably started this a couple of years ago, and today it's evolved into a fad. And a lot, I mean, when something is pretty simple, there's no confusion. But there's so much of confusion around fasting today because, we've done what we do best in social media. Someone's taken it and made it into a fad. And that's why we're having this masterclass today to understand exactly what fasting is, how to do it, and how to make sure that fasting doesn't harm you. Because over the last couple of years, we've also seen people who have done fad fasting and how it's really harmed their body. We've had people who are fasting and they started losing hair. They started actually putting on body fat instead of losing it. A lot of people with skin issues, pigmentation problems, even kidney problems, because they dry fast the wrong way. So what you learn on today's class is it's going to be very simple. And if you've been watching my videos before, you already know the right way to do it and what you shouldn't be doing. The number one thing are the benefits. Why did we introduce fasting? I got exposed to fasting when I was in California a couple of years ago, and in Mexico as well, where we would watch how certain patients came to certain clinics to undergo supervised fasting. And these were patients who were end-of-life disease, where the medical world said, we have nothing left for you. They had brain tumors, they had tumors in their stomach, their uterus, there were no treatments working. There were some people who even lost vision in their eyes, and like the most extreme conditions, people started coming to these little clinics. And in fact, I won't mention the name of the program, but a lot of you would have already watched it on I think it's on Disney Hotstar, on Netflix. In fact, I should mention the name of the program. I think it's called Wellness, if I'm not mistaken, or Unwellness, one of the two. Check it out, okay? So they talk about these clinics. I'm not going to mention the name of the clinic because I've been to a couple of them. But that's where I was fascinated. I was fascinated to see how fasting in a supervised way, actually shrunk tumors and did a lot of these things. And now it's wrong to say that fasting alone took away their cancer, because these people also went through different treatments. But there was no doubt that fasting has some superpower ability to change your life and your health. And then later, when I came back to India and started researching on it more and studying on it more and putting some of our own patients through supervised fasting, we found out that it's no superpower. It's just the intelligence of your body to use its energy and its ability to repair your sick cells, to remove your dead cells from your body, to basically literally cure digestive problems which are caused because we're constantly eating food all the time. So technically, when you move back, we've written books, The Dry Fasting Miracle with the Shake and all of that stuff that talks about the science, the religious connect of everything. So fasting is therapeutic. It's not something new. It's existed for years and years, decades and decades. But how we use it is very, very important. Like I said, the way social media has made fasting into a fad, if it really worked, then everyone should be having the best results and there should be no confusion. But the very fact that there's confusion is because everyone doesn't get the results that they look for. So number one, what are the benefits? It's unbelievable what happens when you allow your body to take a complete break. You know that when you're tired, when you're sick, you sleep, you have a good night rest, you wake up completely rejuvenated and energetic and everything else. Now imagine that with your digestive system. We are constantly eating. We eat snacks, we eat at the wrong timings every day. Our portions are wrong. Some of us undereat, some of us overeat. We change our timings, all of that. Our digestive systems consume about 70 to 80% of our body's overall energy. Okay, we need energy to break down food. Now, what happens when you give that digestive system a complete break, whether it's 12 hours, 13, 14, 15, or 24 hours? When you give it a complete break, your body does what it does best in a state of complete rest, which is repair, rejuvenate, detoxify, clean, reduce inflammation. All of these 5 things are necessary to reduce the top diseases that we have in our world today. Inflammatory diseases, cancer, diabetes, thyroid issues, autoimmune conditions, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. All of these are classified as inflammatory diseases and conditions caused by excessive inflammation. Inflammation is good for us. Our body switches it on and it needs to know how to switch it off. But it loses its intelligence to do that, and that inflammation remains chronic, causing chronic inflammatory conditions. Now, what happens? Inflammation reduces when we rest. Okay, if you get a bruise or you bump your hand on a table or you fall down and hurt your knee, it swells up. You know, when you have a good night of sleep, the next morning you'll find there's recovery. There's a scab or the swellings come down, showing us that recovery happens in a state of complete rest. The same thing with your digestive system. Ever since we have been speaking and encouraging people from around the world, whether it's dry fasting, circadian rhythm fasting, intermittent fasting, we're going to touch on all these three topics today. Some of the results have been way beyond our own belief. You know, we always think, okay, inflammation is going to come down, your pain's going to come down. Yes, type 2 diabetes can get reversed and all of that stuff. And we've had that. Those testimonials of people around the world are all up there from their mouths. It's in our published books. There have been videos made out of them. It's incredible. It's incredible. Anyway, I don't need to sell you the concept of intermittent fasting by selling you testimonials. It's very simple. You do it, you get your results. But remember one thing, fasting doesn't have to suit everyone. Let me make that very, very clear. Fasting doesn't have to suit everyone. The same way in life, certain foods don't suit us, certain exercises don't suit us. Fasting doesn't have to suit everyone. You may be that person right now, you're healthy, you're happy with your weight, your medical parameters are good, you're having a great life. You don't need to fast. You don't need to start something if you don't need to. At the same time, you may have tried fasting and you didn't get the benefits. Maybe you did it the wrong way. You'll find out if you did it the wrong way as we go through the class today. Maybe you did it the right way, but it didn't work for you. It's okay. You don't got to push it anymore. You don't have to start doing crazy fasts and move into 36 and 72 hours unless it's supervised and it's necessary. Just be happy that you're okay right now. Fasting doesn't have to suit everyone. But when it comes to Alzheimer's, cancers, and everything else, the benefits are tremendous, therapeutic. It is documented today medically, scientifically, and that's why there are even doctors who fast today. There are doctors who are putting their patients on fasting, but it's got to be done the right way. And then there's a wrong way of doing fasting where it can actually harm you. And if you have a severe disease, it can actually make your disease worse. So, number one, let's talk about the myths. Let's break the myths. Intermittent fasting isn't a weight loss tool. Yes, weight loss is a pleasant side effect if you do it the right way. You see, when we lose weight, we can starve the body, we could reduce our calories. But the third way, which helps you lose weight and keep the weight off, is by boosting your metabolism, your metabolic fire. If you have a strong metabolic fire, okay, you can have an ice cream here and there, a bag of chips, go for a holiday, eat, come back. You wouldn't have put on weight. Maybe you've not even lost weight, but you've maintained the same weight because you have a strong metabolism. Now, fasting can boost that metabolic power in some people, and in some people, it can actually reduce it. So if you are the kind of person where fasting slows down your metabolism, fasting isn't for you. Your body needs more calories more frequently. As simple as that. Okay, how would you know? You're not getting the results that you want to. Now, I said weight loss is a pleasant side effect. What do I mean by that? You know, when we provide the right platform to the human body, it automatically allows the extra weight to come off. We don't have to punish ourselves with excessive exercise. We don't have to punish ourselves with fad diets. Whenever you get into desperate measures to lose weight, the one question you should ask yourself is, why is my body resisting weight loss? Could be because of your hormones, could be because you're starving your body and your body's moving into survival mode and creating cravings for you to eat more because your body needs food. Your conscious mind wants to lose weight, but your body needs a certain level of fat for your body type or a certain amount of carbs for your body type. And that's why we all don't have to get the same results as other people. Also remember, people who are obese, people who have had poor lifestyles, who have messed up their lifestyles, whenever they make even a 1% change in their lifestyle or diet, their bodies are going to respond way faster than someone who is already living a good lifestyle. So someone who's 130 kilos, if they start fasting or they start changing their lifestyle for even 1 week, they can lose 3 to 4 to 5 kilos. But someone who's at the right weight and just trying to lose that 1 or 2 or 3 kilos, it may be slower. That doesn't mean intermittent fasting or lifestyle has failed for you. It's very different. People who have more weight will lose it faster when they do the right things, which they should have been doing all this while. But now all of a sudden they do it. They push themselves to extremes and they get good results, extreme results as well. But it doesn't have to mean that that is your tool to lose weight or to get healthy. So always look at it logically. Get impressed, get inspired by the stories you see all over social media. But always ask yourself logically, is this what I need? Maybe this person got faster results because of what I told you. And for you, it's slower. It doesn't make intermittent fasting bad. It just means that it is going to take its time for you. So we lose weight when our bodies are cleaner. We don't have toxins. We don't have inflammation. We lose weight better when our hormones are in balance. And all of this is something that intermittent fasting or fasting does for you. And because it does that for you, you burn fat, you lose weight. You don't lose weight because you've cut one meal out of your day. Of course, you can lose weight on calorie deficit over time, but you're really looking at maintaining a stronger metabolism. People who have fasted know that their energy levels are way higher than the days that they have all of their meals, because we know that cellular energy increases when you're fasting. That's when it comes to weight loss. Now, 17 hours, 16 hours, you should laugh when you see people putting themselves into a box. I'm on a 16-8. Why not a 17 now? Why not a 15? Why not a 14? Why not a 21? Why? Because the whole world said 16. There's no magic in 16. There's no magic in 16. The same magic that someone gets in 16 today, I would say what? A million plus people of ours are getting it in 12 hours of fasting the right way. Some of them are getting it in 13. Some of them getting it in 18 or 19. Everyone is different. It depends on how you fast, when you fast, and what suits your body. So get yourself out of a box. There is no magic in a 16-8. And the second thing is, you've put yourself into a box. One thing that we've learned about the beauty of fasting is today, your body may break your fast in 13 hours because it's done all the magic it needs to do. And now it wants food. So you feed your body. Tomorrow, your body may not make you hungry for 16 hours. It's still using an additional 3 hours from 13 to 16 because it needs that time for you to fast more. And when it's 16 hours or 17, it gives you that hunger signal, break your fast. So you see, fasting should really be according to what our bodies tell us, not according to what social media is telling you. There is no magic in 16, 18, 21, 24, 36. These are numbers that people have put. These are numbers. The more you fast doesn't mean you are healthier. I have people today who came down from 18-hour fasts where they were frustrated, tired all the time, to 12-hour fasts. Now they're happy, they're enjoying it, they're losing weight, their skin is better, their pains are less, their insulin levels are in order. Okay, so it's not about the number. Everyone is different. Do not make it a fad by looking at what other people are doing. Start fasting for 13, 14, 15. Your body will fast for a different time every single day because your body's requirements are different every single day. So don't put yourself in a box. It's not necessary at all. That's number one. Now, it's the frequency. You have to fast every day. Some people love it. They made it a lifestyle. Good for you. For everyone else, like I fast once a week. Before I would fast every day, but then it doesn't work with my goals because if I want to train heavier, I don't want to have to eat all my food in 8 hours and stuff my digestive system to get all my calories in just because I want to meet my 16-hour or my 8-hour window. So it's very simple. I could get the same results by fasting once or twice a week than fasting every day. So it really comes down to how you feel. Fasting more doesn't mean more results. I know some super healthy, fit people who fast twice a month. Twice a month. They'll do a 24-hour fast or they'll do a 16-hour fast. It works for them. They're healthy, they're fit, they're happy, no medical issues. So there is no frequency or there's no logic in how many days you need to fast. What suits you? Are you happy doing it thrice a week? Do it. Okay. The sheikh who I wrote a book with, we both decided that we'll fast on a Monday because you enjoy the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you have some dessert, you eat something that you really like, fast on Monday. We also fast on Thursday, just before the start of the weekend. So there's a discipline of Monday and Thursday. No matter what, we will do maybe a 16, 17, 18, or a 20-hour fast. As simple as that. So according to your schedule and your lifestyle, because that's my goal. On the weekend, I want to watch a movie. I may want to have a bag of chips. I may want to have an ice cream. I may want to have whatever I want without having to think about my health. I just want to focus on having a good weekend. So my balance is fasting on a Monday or a Thursday. Now, what is your goal and your lifestyle? Make it according to you, not according to the world. The day you stop comparing and trying to copy what everyone is doing, you'll be happier and you will be healthier and you will learn what your body needs. Right now, you don't know what your body needs because you're constantly listening and copying people all the time. So your frequency is up to you. I like to do it according to the moon sometimes. I downloaded this beautiful app on my phone according to the full moon, half moon. So sometimes I like to do it on a full moon, the 3 days, moving to the whole moon, there's a lot of religious and there's a lot of spiritual power behind these things. I may not understand it, but I feel good doing it. So if you feel good doing it, go ahead and do it. That also keeps me in the discipline that every month when there's going to be a full moon and, all of that stuff, those are the days I'm going to fast irrespective. So you may want to put in that discipline of deciding when you want to do it. And then there are religious fasts and all of these things. So that's up to you. All right. The biggest mistake people make, and again, everyone will go onto the net. I know people are addicted to coffee. Okay. If you're addicted to coffee, all right, that is exactly why the West has told you today, you're allowed coffee on your fast. Okay. You should notice by now over the years, the West tells you things that are convenient for them. Convenient for them. You need to understand the principles of fasting. What is fasting? Fasting is fasting from food to give your digestive system a complete break. So there is no coffee, there is no lemon water, there is no green tea, there is no matcha tea, there's none of that stuff in fasting, okay? Because if your idea is to shut down your digestive system completely, okay, you're gonna restart it when you put any beverage into your body. So there's this whole thing, and people even talk about it. Oh, anything under 50 calories, it's still a fast. But they say, we don't know where we got the information from. It is not a fast. If you want to fast the right way, do it the right way. If you want to fast the wrong way, and you can't fast, you can't give up your coffee, then don't fast. It's as simple as that. Let me tell you what happens, and this is common sense, and there's science behind it as well. You're fasting on your 12th hour, your 14th hour, whatever it is. Your body's clean. Okay, everything is clean, your cells, your digestive system, and then you take a cup of coffee, which is highly acidic, high in caffeine, which is a stimulant, and you drink it on an empty stomach. When you drink coffee, it stimulates the start of your gallbladder. It stimulates the start of your digestive system as well. And you're putting something acidic into an empty body, which is the biggest problem of acidity. You may not be getting acidic now. Slow poison over the years. That's why everyone tells you today, line your system and then have your coffee. So you need to understand there's a right way of doing it and a wrong way of doing it. If you want to fast, do it the right way. If you can't do 16 hours without your coffee, do 12 hours. That's fine, but do it the right way. Anyone can fast if they're chugging down coffee. Let's understand that. Fasting also teaches us discipline because, we're resisting food, or if we're dry fasting, we're resisting water. It teaches us discipline. It teaches us the value and to be grateful for food. You're only grateful for food when you don't have it. You're only grateful for water and appreciative of it when you don't have it. So just don't use fasting as a fad to lose a little bit of weight and still be unhealthy in your mind and your heart and every other part of your body. Do it the right way. Let it teach you discipline. Let it teach you gratitude, and also then reap the benefits of doing the fast the right way. So everyone out there drinking coffee, I always tell them, you're not fasting. You want to make yourself feel happy that you're fasting? Go ahead and do it, but you are not fasting, period. If you're doing the therapeutic fast for your overall health and everything else, it does not involve any food or any beverage other than water. So as simple as that. All right. How does fasting harm you? People who try to compete with one another, not listening to their bodies. Their bodies are giving them physical signs of hunger in the 15, 16, 17 hours, but they're looking at their friends and trying to compete 17, 18, 19, 20, just to do that tweet, just to make that Facebook post. All right. It's not a game. Your health isn't a game. You got to listen to your body. When your body tells you to really break your fast, because now your body is going into the building phase. See, fasting has two phases, elimination and building. Elimination is when you're fasting, you're eliminating all food and all water, all beverages. If you're intermittent fasting, you can have water. If you're dry fasting, there's even no water. That's elimination. Your body works best in the elimination phase. But now when your body's finished all the magic during your fast, it moves into the building phase. That means your body starts asking you for raw material, your carbs, your protein, your fat, your vitamins and minerals. Trillions of cells in the human body, including your vital organs, are now looking for nutrition to replenish, to re-energize, and to start building. That is the building phase. If you do not respect the building phase, your fasting will start to harm you. A lot of people break their fast, and of course, one of the beautiful benefits of fasting is not feeling hungry. Your appetite gets reduced, so they decide, let me starve myself. In the building phase, you are supposed to eat, not starve. So if you try to starve yourself in the building phase, you are causing immense harm to your body. Maybe not today, maybe not in the next 1 week, maybe not in the next 1 month, but eventually, of course, you're depriving your cells of everything. You're just working with your conscious mind, which is based on what you're seeing around you, but you're not understanding what your body needs are. Everyone knows their body needs when they listen very carefully. If you listen carefully, your body will tell you how much to fast, when to break the fast. Some days don't fast at all. Some days really fast, even if you don't feel like doing it. If you listen to your body, it will tell you, and it is different for everyone. That's why even I can't tell you now how many hours are good for you. I can't tell you that. The other mistake, people change their fasting hours. Today they start fasting at 6 in the evening, tomorrow at 9 in the night, day after at 1 in the morning because they want to drink all night. That's not fasting. That is you confusing your circadian rhythm. You see, you have a biological clock in your body. Your body is expecting food at a particular time, water at a particular time, sleep at a particular time, exercise at a particular time. So if you keep changing over the first 2 or 3 days of your fasting, your body's smart. It realizes, okay, this is the time Luke is giving his body food. This is the time he stops giving it food. That becomes a beautiful cycle that aligns with your circadian rhythm. But now if I keep confusing my body every day by shifting the timings, my body is not going to fast. My body's going to go into stress mode because my body's cortisol and adrenaline levels are going to go up because when I don't get food, my body doesn't care what I'm trying to do. It will move into stress mode, survival function, fight and flight. Body needs food. Luke is not feeding his body food. Stress goes up. All the triggers go up. So a lot of people, through their poor intermittent fasting and lifestyle and timings and the way they do it, they're actually creating adrenal fatigue. They're actually creating more stress, cortisol, adrenaline in their body, more hormonal imbalance, and that's why they don't get their results. You can't keep changing the hours of your fasting every day. You cannot do that. Imagine you have a school, the school follows a timetable. You don't follow the timetable. What's going to happen? There's going to be chaos. There's going to be chaos in the class, amongst the students, amongst the children, because you broke the clock. We have that same clock. We got thousands of clocks in the human body. You don't get to decide how that clock works. That clock follows a cycle of nature, the circadian rhythm, light and dark. And if you can align yourselves and align your fasts towards that rhythm, that fast becomes more powerful than a 20, 30, 40-hour fast. Let me give you an example. The same people I told you who are pushing themselves to 24, 18, 19, all of that stuff. Like I said, if it works for you, do it. I'm talking about for the people it doesn't work for. Okay? What we did is we just moved them into the circadian fast, which means post-sunset or as close to sunset, whether it's 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30 in your country, wherever you live, you stop eating your food. And for the next 12 hours, you do not eat your food. Don't even drink your water if you don't want to. That is the circadian fast. We are designed to stop eating after sunset. And we are designed to start eating after sunrise if we're hungry. If we're not, extend the fast. So these same people move from 17, 16, 19, 24 hours to 12 beautiful, easy hours, but according to the laws of nature, according to the circadian rhythm. And their results were phenomenal. The results that they couldn't do when they were punishing their body with more hours of fasting, they got it in 12 hours. So you see, no one can tell you that 13 is better than 12, or 16 is better than 12, or 20 is better than 12. When you look at the lives of these people on social media doing all of that stuff, maybe that works for them. Works for you, good, do it. Doesn't work for you, listen to your body. Your body tells you when to fast. So it's extremely important for us to know it's not a competition. Don't push yourself. Select your own frequency. At the end of the fast, you should feel good. Your skin should be glowing. Your digestive system should be cleared. You shouldn't be having acidity. Your constipation should no longer be a problem. Your thyroid should be getting better. Your diabetes and insulin levels should be getting better. Inflammation, your CRP levels should be coming down. Your appetite should be decreasing. Your caffeine and sugar craving should be decreasing. You should be at a good weight, maintaining a nice lean mass in the body, energetic. These are all the signs that fasting is suiting you and you are doing it the right way. If you're not getting any of these results, two things: you're doing it the wrong way, or fasting doesn't suit you. As simple as that. All right? The third mistake that people make in the building phase, which is eating, they think, because there are apps. I posted one on Twitter today, an app saying, download our intermittent fasting app. You can eat whatever you want. Right there, you know it's a scam. And that's the biggest mistake that people make. Because they fast, they think in the building phase, I can eat what I want because I'm going to fast for 16 hours. Again, my body will break it down. I'm sorry, your body doesn't work on the principle of math. It works on the principle of physiology, biology, chemistry. You just don't eat 1,000 calories and say, I'm going to burn 2,000 calories and I'll be fine. No, it doesn't work that way. We can maintain a calorie deficit with exercise and our diet, but you cannot use that let me eat whatever I want because I'm going to fast it away. That's where most people fail, and you will harm your body, because in the building phase, after 14, 12, 16 hours, your body is hungry for nutrition. Nutrition that it can use to build you, repair you, take care of your immune system. If you're going to feed your body crap, okay, your body's going to get into stress mode because it's waiting for nutrition, but it's not getting nutrition. And now you're going to start fasting again. So you see how you build a cycle of more and more stress, a vicious cycle that can harm you and actually endanger your health and your life. So make sure you don't make these mistakes. Never fast to punish yourself. I've done that many times. Eaten a lot of food and I said, let me just fast for 24 hours. Doesn't work at all. Still fast for 12 hours and just get back on track the next day. Get back to your exercise, get back to your good food habits and all of that stuff. Never punish yourself. If you fast too much, your metabolism will fall. If your metabolism will fall, you will never lose stomach fat, abdominal fat, love handles, back fat, chest fat, all of that stuff. Your overall scale weight may come down a little bit, but because you have a slow metabolism, that's what's going to happen. So you got to really see, sometimes we're seeing people with 12 hours of fasting coming and telling us, Luke, ever since we're fasting 12 hours, even our energy in the gym's gone up. We're lifting heavier, okay? Where our appetite's less, we're hungry for good food. We're craving good foods. That all reflects on how strong and powerful your own metabolism is. So that's extremely important. Another mistake that people make is breaking their fast. People break their fast with this bulletproof coffee and all of this stuff. I'm yet to see data of people who drink bulletproof coffee who are healthier, thinner, or fitter than people who don't do that. These are fads. It may keep you full. Of course, you take fat and you put it in caffeine, which anyway, we know coffee kind of keeps us full for a longer time, cuts out the appetite, adds some more fat. It's common sense. It's going to keep you full for a longer period of time. Most people mess up their digestive health by breaking the fast the wrong way. You got to break your fast with a fruit or dates, period. If you were dry fasting, with water, fruit, dates, gently in the next 15 to 30 minutes, then you can start eating. Some people break their fast with cupcakes, they break it with donuts, they break it with a cup of coffee. That is ridiculous. You just put your body through a beautiful fast. It's clean, it's like a sponge, craving for good food, and you give it junk and you give it the wrong things. Line your system first. Line your system with fruits or nuts or dates or dry fruits. And then you can slowly ease into eating your food. What's also very important is to understand that what time should you start fasting? I spoke about the circadian rhythm. How do you break it? When you wake up in the morning, all right, wait for the first 2 hours to pass. Involve yourself, be busy. If you're not busy, you're going to feel hungry. Brush your teeth, you do your meditation, do your yoga, your pranayama, your prayer, your journaling. That 1 or 2 hours in the morning should be filled with stuff to do. And then listen to your body. Am I hungry now? You've probably done 12, 13, 14, 15. Doesn't matter. The minimum is 12. If you've never fasted before, start with 8. Then build it to 9. Then build it to 10. But you want to maintain 12 no matter what. You want to maintain 12 hours. Even if you can do 12 hours with an early dinner. That is beautiful fasting for you. And yes, you will get the benefits that most people punish their bodies with even 12 hours of fasting. What is dry fasting? It's very simple. Let's say I'm doing a circadian rhythm today from 6:30 in the evening to 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay, that's going to be 14 hours, no food. I remove the water. I finish my dinner at maybe 6:30. I have my last glass of water at 7 because I don't want to drink water immediately after my meal. So from 6:30 to 6:30 in the morning, or from 7 to 7, I'm dry fasting. Now, if I wake up at 7 and I'm thirsty, have some water. Move it to intermittent fasting. So I'm moving from dry to intermittent. That's called integrated fasting. So if I want to fast for 20 hours, 12 of them can be dry. And then if I'm finding it uncomfortable, I start drinking water, but I don't eat food. And I'm still not hungry. Then I can push it on for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours. So you're getting the best of both dry fasting as well as intermittent fasting. Now, come on, let's be honest about this. If you have kidney issues, okay, don't be stupid. Okay, you want to make sure that you do take your doctor's advice because sometimes you have a water restriction. Sometimes dry fasting will actually put more pressure on your kidney. So you got to make informed decisions. I can't make that decision for you. If you have complicated health problems, please understand you need to seek professional advice. No, you cannot take medication during fasting because a lot of your medication and supplementation either needs fat for absorption. So usually you're told to take it with a meal or after a meal. So if you can build a nice 12 hours and take your medication after that, that's beautiful. Work it out with your doctors. Sit down and work it out with your doctors. But if you have to take your medication in between, then don't fast. Do not fast because most medications need to be taken with food. So you will reduce the efficacy of your medication if you're doing it the wrong way. So do it the right way, or finish, or make a goal that I want to get off these meds so I can fast, or fast maybe for 8 hours, 12 hours. Work with doctors to figure out your medication cycle so that it works for you. It's extremely important to do that. Can I do fasted workouts? If it suits you, absolutely yes. And again, it doesn't have to be permanent. On some days of the week, I wake up, I'm fasting, I'm energetic, I do a beautiful workout, and I'm still not hungry. Sometimes I wake up and I need to eat before I work out because I have no energy to eat. Everyone is different. Every day is different. So I can't tell you today, even if you pay me to talk to me for an hour and do a consult with me, I still can't tell you whether fasted workouts suit you. They may suit you sometimes, and the other times they don't. So listen to your body. Nothing has to be fixed in stone. The human body is changing every second of the day and night. So how can your diet be the same? How can your workout program be the same? How can your sleep be the same? Right? So we need to understand that. The laws of nature are constantly, they stay the same. The principles and the fundamentals stay the same. But everything around it changes. You are changing too. So nothing can be the same for you. You can't say that, oh, this is my lifestyle of fasting for 18 hours every day. No, sometimes you got to be open to listening to your body. Maybe reduce it. Maybe sometimes increase it. Maybe you become too comfortable with 18 hours and your body can actually move to 20 hours and do one meal a day. Everyone is different. So you see, circadian rhythm to me is the most powerful. I'll tell you why. It doesn't make dry and intermittent different. These are just different names. Circadian rhythm gives me so many other benefits. It teaches me to eat on time, early meals, which is a big problem in our country in India. People eat at 10 and sleep at 11, eat at 11 and sleep at 11:30. Ridiculous. That's why they have so many issues. The circadian rhythm follows the cycles of the sun and the moon, and that's beautiful. Our digestive energies decrease after sunset, which is why we shouldn't be eating meals, or our lightest meal of the day should be dinner. We don't have the metabolic fire to build it. Ayurveda teaches us that your metabolic fire is the highest at lunchtime. So if I really want to have a dessert and a heavy lunch, lunchtime is the time I'm going to do it. I'm going to get all my calories at lunchtime. If I want to have a dessert, I'm going to have the dessert at lunchtime, preferably not dinner time, because my own system doesn't have the mechanisms to suit healthy digestion. Of course, out of survival, it'll break down all your food, even the food you eat at 1 or 2 a.m., but with consequences. So with circadian, because I'm aligning with the laws of nature, I don't have to chase crazy hours like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, it may be easy for you, but once you get back to work, the world opens up. It's not easy for you to break your fast in between a meeting or at 11 o'clock. Some people have the privilege to do that. A lot of people with fixed jobs don't. So then circadian rhythm works really well for you. Have an early dinner, get your fast over, go work, do everything, eat your lunch normally, your breakfast or your brunch or whatever it is. So circadian rhythm uses the body to harness the power of fasting. So my fasting can become more intelligent and more effective when I do it the circadian way. We're also going to send you a video on the circadian way of fasting, but I already explained it to you. It's a simple early dinner, break it after sunset. Dry fasting is simply fasting without water. Be careful of this, because if you're dehydrated and you are dry fasting, you're going to mess up your kidney. You're going to mess up your metabolism and everything else. Your skin, your hair, your body is going to retain water instead of losing water. So if you're dry fasting, make sure you're hydrated. And when you're dry fasting, you really make sure that you are hydrated before you start dry fasting. Intermittent fasting, you already figured out what it is. So whether you call it circadian, intermittent, or dry fasting, that is up to you. But these are the principles. Now you do what suits you. Okay, I'm not here. I've given you the principles. You do what suits you. Start off easy. If you really notice, all of us have always fasted at some point in our life. I'm talking about when we were kids and our parents' because we didn't have snack options like we have today. So today, only by removing snacks from your day, you're already keeping a good 4-hour gap between your meals, which is actually great for your digestive system in case you can't fast. But if you're eating all the time, your digestive system, your gut, all that microbiome needs to be populated. It can't get populated a healthy way if you're constantly digesting food all the time, because then your intestines have to work, the small, the large, your pancreas have to work, insulin has to work, thyroxine has to work. Everything in your body has to work to break down food. Imagine what happens when you give it a break. And this is exactly what fasting is. So the less you stop, the moment you stop comparing yourself with people and figure out, so today I can blindly tell you that 12 hours is great for me on a daily basis. That's what I do. No matter what, 12 hours. I will not eat before 12 hours. My body will not ask me for food before 12 hours. This Monday that passed by, I did a beautiful 20-hour fast without any problem. I could have gone on for 24 hours, but I was going to start seeing patients. And I figured that if I get hungry in between, my brain power immediately drops, and that's not going to be fair to my patients. So I made an informed decision. 20 is good. I felt great. I ate one meal. I didn't even feel like eating another meal after that. So I figured, let me do another 20 hours. But I didn't do it because I said I want to factor in my workout. So you see, have these conversations with yourself, because you have to build your own goals. And now I'll fast on Friday before the weekend, and that's it. Keeping it simple, keeping it easy, getting all the results that I need to, medical parameters in place, touch wood. Everything's fine. I don't need to do anything else, although I keep seeing tweets and posts of everyone 20, 24 hours. And I'll be honest with you. My mind keeps saying, hey, why don't you try that? Wow, 32, do it. But then I take a step back, ground. Do you need to do it? If I need to do it, I'll do it. Maybe I want to try to experience. I'll do it. But do I need to do it right now? The answer is no. So don't complicate your life. Simple. Do not complicate your life. If you are pregnant or you're planning to be pregnant, fasting is not for you. Treat your body the right way. Like I said, when you respect fasting, then you will embrace it and do it the right way. And this is exactly what intermittent fasting is, dry fasting is, and circadian rhythm fasting is. Today, if I have to look at my data and tell you what is the strongest way of fasting with the most results that we've seen in our patients, from you name the disease to weight loss, it is the circadian rhythm fast. Simple to do. 12 hours. You can make it dry by knocking off the water. I like knocking off the water because then I don't have to wake up at night to pee. That disturbs my sleep. Although I can fall asleep immediately, the nights that I don't have to get up to pee, I sleep beautifully. My dreams don't get disturbed. I reach my delta waves. Everything is perfect. So how do I change that? Because I had a habit of drinking water at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I don't do that now. I finish my dinner, half an hour later, I have my water, and then I dry fast. So I'm dry fasting and circadian rhythm fasting. And I push it on 12 hours, sometimes 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. And that's exactly what you should be doing. It doesn't make sense to put yourself into a box. If you can put yourself into a box, give me the logic why. You don't have logic. So don't do it. If something doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. The only logic of fasting is listen to your body. Sometimes you'll finish a 20-hour fast. You'll have a meal, and then you just feel like, I don't want to eat anymore. Do another 20-hour fast. Your body's thriving in that fasting space. Maybe it'll happen the second day again. And then the third day, slowly you'll start feeling hungry. So listen to your body. There's no expert in the world who can tell you what is right for you except your own body. So that's all we have on fasting, people. Do it the right way. We're going to send you we're going to send you videos. This video, as well as one on the circadian, dry, intermittent. If you want to be floored by the benefits of fasting, pick up the Dry Fasting Miracle, check out our videos. You'll see like millions or thousands and hundreds of thousands of testimonials where this simple method of fasting has changed not just lives, diseases, weight, all of that stuff. I have a lot of people who said, Luke, I'm less angry, I'm less irritable. Of course, because with fasting, you run on cellular energy. You're not running on your caffeine stimulant energy, which makes you more jittery and more angry and more irritable, because when the caffeine spike comes down and you don't have your coffee, you get snappy, you get bitchy, you get all of those things. But when you're running on cellular energy, which goes up 100-fold when you're fasting, you find yourself to be way more calmer, way, way less irritable, less snappy, and all of those things. So fasting, that's why religions say fasting just doesn't work on the physical self. It works on the emotional self, the heart, and the mind. Have you ever tried meditating when you're fasting? It is brilliant, brilliant. Imagine meditating after you've had a heavy meal. You start meditating and then there's a carb breaking down in you, and there's a protein breaking down, giving you a spike in energy. That's why you find it difficult to meditate. But when you circadian rhythm fast, wake up in the morning, those first 2 hours is for you. You're meditating in a fasted state. Your meditation is crystal clear. It is energetic. Everything works better for you when you fast. So before I end, one more reminder. Fasting doesn't have to suit everyone. So if it doesn't suit you, don't be sad about that. Don't try to punish yourself with fasting. Just don't do it. There's something else out there that will work for you. Thanks for your time, everyone. Have a great evening.